Well, we lost pretty much most of yesterday. It rained out. It was 37 degrees and rained all day, about an inch or two, and wasn't forecast. So we sent everybody home because everybody's freezing. And so here we are, an early start to get it going again today. But yeah, now we're down. We're down today, so we've got to work hard, get things done today.
It's coming right now. It won't hit us, but just be ready just in case. And make it warm, make it cold. Make sure you have your jacket and a tank top. Yeah, that's it.
You can put this on the calendar right here.
Over there, it's 12 and a half. Where that line's at? Yeah. You to the end.
If it ends up being 16 inches, that's just the way it is. But we just got to bag, get it where we need to go, because now we got to start tying steel. I got to get plumbers in on Tuesday or Wednesday. That way they can set the drain pipes, and then we got to tie steel on top of it. And so I honestly, because of the 4-day delay,
Yes.
I want to add on some more work. So as far as the part of the pour.
Okay.
So anyhow, next 3 days is bag day. Bag day.
It's the same old, just the same old week, same old day.
I know.
The next 3 days we're bagging? All right. Sweet, man.
What more?
So have you ordered it already?
Huh.
Okay, where am I going first of all?
Marble Falls, Home Depot.
Home Depot, okay.
Yeah, I'll get you the car for that. But hey, man, it could be 50 or 56. I mean, it might be 60. You know, if you want me to, I can go online and order it if that's easier.
That would probably be easier. That way you get it all taken care of in advance. And then I just go and pick it up, right?
Okay.
Right, the baby flew out.
The two lines, the two.
We're getting a good shot of this. No, it's
Dude, that's messed up. Now you're my friend.
oh yeah, goddamn.
Come help me, bro.
I'm tired. What's up?
Who the hell's at the dock? Not docks, but the dock.
Whoa.
I can't get the bucket off. I'm not used to this thing, so I trying to figure out how to do it, but I can't. And I got it off earlier, but it's not working now.
What's the bucket?
the bucket.
Oh, this.
The big scoop for scooping dirt. It's just buttons and stuff. But there's a sequence that you have to go in and, well, there's no formal training on this thing, so.
Not mine, I don't give a shit.
James, you
Got it.
Where are these sand racks?
There's 4 stacking up over here, so we don't have to use as much concrete. Make a little border, like a little square, and then fill them up with dirt. Basically.
What next?
Let's move all these 2x4s to this side over here. We gotta get these things up there.
We gotta.
Just know you got it because I wanted you to get it, bro.
So I got to show you something, Mike. I just got done hand digging all that out. That's the wine room, buddy. I'll show you in a sec. I'm just getting some of this dirt away. There's the property pin, right? So we were going to move it over just a little bit. And as I started hand digging all this, look at all the different exposed rocks and all the different angles and how it all pops out. And so I'm going to put a little retaining wall on top of this to hold up the rest of the house with some I-beams going across. But this right here is where you're going to see, once we pressure wash all this and get it looking nice, this is going to be the face of a wall in the house, which is really cool. And this is just natural rock, and so this is the shape that it cracked at over the eons and the millions of years, and all the different fractures and different rock slabs broke off. But I mean, look at this. It's just a sheer sheet. Say that 5 times real fast. Sheer sheet of rock that just goes all the way back into the side of the hill. So that's really cool. And then you get different angles and slabs. And then over here we were looking at maybe extending it, which we might turn the corner and do a little bit on the angle on the wine room here, but over here it's just crumbling. And so I was initially envisioning taking it further back, but it looks like we're gonna have to abandon this and put an actual structural wall because there's nothing for the house to sit on. So looks like we'll put a structural wall, maybe turn it in at the appropriate point to make this stick out. But this is gonna be an awesome piece. Just imagine this big old slab of rock in your wine cellar. It's gonna be awesome. So this is what we're doing. Originally, when you walk the raw property, right here in space, if I can, there was just this big old outcrop of rock, and I could probably show you the picture, but it was just this beautiful slab of rock sitting right here, exposed. And I go, man, that'd be cool in the wine room. And then initially the engineer and the geotech talked me out of it because they're like, well, it's gonna seep and it's gonna drip and your house is gonna be wet. And I was like, well, I agree with that 100%, and nobody wants water dripping in their house. But the idea I came up with is, instead of having this as an exposed rock face in your house, I mean in the immediate room, what you could do is you put a second wall and you separate it so that all of a sudden this room, now the wine room, is completely separate from the main living area of the house. So it's like a sub-basement, like a separate room to the basement. And that way we can have a catch basin, catch all the water. And if it does get a little musty and wet and damp, I'm gonna put the dehumidifiers in there. But the nice thing is that that's a wine room. It's a wine cellar. What do you want for a wine cellar? You want cold, dark, damp place to store your wine bottles. So this could be really a win. And I think this is going to be, when this thing structure goes up here, I know it sounds crazy, in 6 weeks, maybe even less, maybe 5 weeks, we're gonna have structure going up. Matter of fact, in just we're talking 2 weeks or less, 10 days, Justin and I will have the crane over here, and we're gonna be welding I-beams hanging out. So that'll be the first vertical on this house, besides the vertical walls we have everywhere. So yeah, this is exciting. When I started hand digging this, I'm like, ooh, this is exciting. So anyhow, so it's a labor of love at this point. But and now when we broke this rock out, this whole side of the hill, we had the big machines and the rock hammers, and we were just jamming, knocking everything out. And now I'm like, oh, be careful, don't scratch it. We're gonna pressure wash this, and I was just telling Mike, structural, this is the house wall, technically, right? We'll probably move it over, but straight above this, I need an I-beam. There needs to be an I-beam going across supporting the concrete floor we pour, because above that I-beam is another wall that holds up pretty much the atrium that goes into the house, which then we'll put another retaining wall sitting on top of, on the back side of that.
Okay.
And we pour that, that'll be like maybe a 4 or 5 foot wall on the back side, and then you put the lid on it, and then we'll turn the corner somewhere. But this is going to be looking incredible. Like, this is going to be just a little something to add to the house.
Pinterest stuff going
Pinterest.
on.
Justin, you gotta say your line now.
Oh, hey, I got my best guys on it.
Justin, you buried my water bottle, bro.
Oh, my bad. So we can bag it, right?
Well, now I'm just going to put it in the hole.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? Because this stuff's unbaggable,
Yeah.
obviously. But it's all sand.
Like half of it is good, and then the other half.
I can't believe I'm trying to take care of the rocks because I don't want to damage them. All of a sudden, we've been breaking rocks for 4 months out here. Now I'm like, careful with the rocks. Don't hurt the rocks.
Oh, hey, you scratched it.
Yeah.
You're fired.
Yes, sir. Coming along. Just waiting for the 5/8 to hang the ceiling up. And move on to the next ones down here. We pretty much got all the walls. Just waiting on the sheetrock for the ceiling, so we can move on forward to the next two garages right there. Once we get it all ready and done, we'll start taping floating. Gives you the good, nice, big old image of everything being so big already, open, spacious, area. It kind of, gives you an idea what it's gonna look like once it's complete.
Come on, guys, the shovels by the wall right here, guys. Right there, shovels. That's good.
I like this job.
Yeah, you got the good job, dude.
Got my best guys on it.
Yeah, you do. Hey, Justin, I'm gonna change jobs real quick.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. Look at that course. Look at that crystal.
You hear my song, Mike? I work hard for my money. Oh, no, you can't film me. I might get a record deal or something.
You thinking about that?
What's going on, Mike?
Hey, what's up, Michael? Well, putting up these forms for our house foundation. We're finally getting up to the house. After all this other preparations, this is what this has actually been doing all that for. So you can see we're building deep trenches to hold all the weight. It's gonna be big beams. Of course, all these sandbags are just to have good compacted dirt for our foundation. So we got a good solid foundation. But other than that, we're just glad to have a little sunshine, have a little break in the weather. It's been cold. This is going to be our most expansive for length by width wise. Now we've gone a lot deeper. You notice we were up to 18 feet down on that pool support. Here we were, we had some stuff about 8 feet. Now we're up about 6 feet. But now when we look at this, it's all going to be nice and level and flat. 6,000 square foot of flat, beautifully cured cement.
Back up a little bit. Okay, go, Paul.